Mark Roth, the original Cranker, is such a legend of the game that I didn't feel I could bring myself to make a worst ever moments video for him. So instead, we're going to look at his best ever moments on TV, and with 34 titles in his career, we've got a lot to choose from. Just like with other PBA greats in his prime, Roth was simply dominant, and the 70s saw him blitz the competition, winning 22 titles between 1975 and 1979. This period included one very special season in particular, but we'll get to that shortly. In this video, I picked out 4 moments that I think are the best of Roth's career, so let's start with number 4. Winning 8 titles in one season.
He must have the strike. And he got it. One more strike by Marshall Holman. We have a tie, and we'll go into a 2-frame roll-off. Frank. He breathes a heavy sigh of relief. Marshall Holman came ever so close.
Clearly, Roth's best season came in 1978 when he won a staggering 8 titles in a single season. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any footage online of this telecast where he actually won his 8th title, so instead, you're watching the telecast he won his 2nd title of that season against Marshall Holman. Roth's 8 titles in a season is a PBA record that still stands to this day, and I think a record that perhaps will never be broken. The only bowlers I know that have come close to this with 7 titles in a season are Dick Webber, who did it first in 1961, Earl Anthony, who equalled the record and did it 2 seasons running in 1975 and 1976, and Walter Ray Williams Jr. in 1993. Roth followed this incredible season up with another 6 wins in the following year. Number 3. The 1995 Foresters Open.
Strike here in the 6th. And he caught it all, Pards. Yes. One big nail to Walter Ray Williams. Walter Ray Williams Jr. Three-wheeler. Watch the wrist action here. You want to see some wrist for the money? This will be some whip on this one. And the ardent model train fan.
I've spoken about his dominant run in the 70s, but he also won 11 titles in the 80s. However, he last won in 1987, where he picked up 2 titles, and it did look like that might be the last time he would win on tour. He went on nearly an 8-year title drought until finally in 1995 he won his 34th PBA title at the 1995 Foresters Open at 44 years of age, and this would mark the last time he would win on the main tour. It really was vintage Mark Roth in this telecast, and he came in as the 3 seed, defeating David Traber, Brian Voss, and finally Walter Ray Williams Jr. Number 2. The 1984 US Open.
Firestone doesn't come for a while. Ninth frame strike from Mark Roth. Frame. 38,000 the winner, 20 to the runner-up.
He's loose.
Tremendous competitor, Mark Roth. You don't win 28 titles not being one.
Chris, this is the best match game I've ever seen in a professional bowlers tournament. For any amount of money, any title, the troop can still win.
big game of 244 isn't enough.
What Guppy Troop needs is a strike or he cannot win. Must strike on this ball. Mark Roth has just won his first major, Chris.
I was surprised that Roth only had 2 majors. I personally thought he'd won a couple more than that. And even more surprisingly, it took him a very long time to win one. His first ever title came in 1975, and he didn't win his first major, the US Open, until 1984, which was his 28th tour title. His second major came at the Touring Players Championship in the same year. At the US Open, he was the 1 seed and would play Guppy Troop for the title. It was a really great match as Roth struck in the 8th, 9th and twice in the 10th for a 244 game. It forced Troop to strike and get 9 spare in the 10th, but he went high and left a 4-pin, making Roth a first-time major champion. The final score was 244 to 237. Number 1, making the 7-10 split.
Roth for a 29-pin lead.
He teased it.
Happened that time. Roth is just going to go for 1. Here we have it, the one, the only, never before done on television. Watch Roth. Kicks the 10-pin out of the back in a crucial situation. Watch this out of the pit. Here it goes.
What an unbelievable shot.
This one will come as no surprise to you all. Mark Roth's 7-10 conversion simply had to be included. I was debating whether this should be number 1 on this list, but the fact that he was the first person to ever convert the 7-10 on a PBA telecast swung it for me. He's also the only right-hander to ever convert it on TV too. At the time, I'm sure many thought this feat would never be replicated on TV, and it did take 11 years for someone else to do it. And that person was John Mazur. Then, 5 months later, it was converted again by Jess Stayrook. We then had to wait 30 years though to see it done again by another lefty, Anthony Nyer. For many though, Roth's conversion stands as the best out of the 4. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. And of course, if you feel there's some other moments of Roth's career that should have been included in this video, then please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all for your support as always. And if you have enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button below. That's going to be all from me for today. And as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.